How about we start with just talking about the difference between software engineering and coding? Because I think there is a difference that's not always appreciated when you first start off in computer science. So I don't know, how would you describe the difference between the software engineering and the coding?
I would say software engineering is you need a process. It means you need to design something, you need to understand some things, understand the requirements and do the design, and then start sitting down and implement that. That's when the coding part coming in. And then during the coding, you need to test, and then we will run into bugs, and you need to investigate what's going on, and then find the root cause, reproduce it, and then fix it.
Yeah, and so the key when you're down in the code and you find some bug, I think in order to treat that as a positive experience, not like necessarily as a negative one, you have to sort of have a grander plan of where you're headed, right? You have the design, you know where you want to go, and then when a bug inevitably comes up when the code doesn't quite do what you expect it to do, being able to refer back to like what, your idea of what it should do and sort of triangulate to figure out like where the bug might be, I think is key to building big complex software systems.
Yes, exactly. So what I found is the bug is a part of our process. When we write a new features, then we always introduce new bugs. And as our daily job, we have to figure out what's the problem. When we run into the bugs, figure out what's going on, find the root cause, and then fix it.
I think that's one of the big differences between sort of a junior level engineer, an entry level engineer, and a staff engineer is not necessarily the level of coding, although that often improves, but understanding the broader context in which the bugs are evaluated and then how to work with other teams and to figure out what the right thing to do is. Once it's decided and figured out what to do, it's often fairly straightforward to go code it. But figuring out what to do and communicating and getting consensus about that, that's a much more sort of human process. And I think that's like the core of what being a staff engineer is about, is being able to drive that process, not just sitting down and pounding out the code. Of course, pounding out the code is also both fun and valuable, but it's much more to it.